What's happened to healthcare? It wasn't so long ago that your doctor understood your health history because they were part of it. From labor pains to life's health challenges, you could rely on that relationship with your family physician. Then something happened. Healthcare changed. Seeing a doctor can feel like running into a stranger. A 60-minute wait for a 6-minute visit. Hoag Medical Group is here to change all of that. Our doctors do more than react to illness. They become your personal physician for life. Always listening, never rushing, helping to chart a healthy path together, walking with you at every turn. This is the way healthcare was meant to be, with enhanced features such as same-day appointments, care coordination, and direct access to Hoag's world-class professionals and services. Hoag Medical Group. We listen, we care, we're committed to you for life.
Welcome back. Well, we got a guest on today from Hoag Medical Group Irvine that has been with us before. Nice to have him back, Dr. John Cow. And you were here today to talk about a few things, but primarily nutrition, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
What is your specialty? Is there one thing that that you specialize in with Hoag Medical Group? Are you an internist, geriatrics?
I'm an internal medicine doctor that basically does primary care.
Okay.
But there's certain things that I've started noticing, my patients need to know about or just kind of misinformed about. One thing like diet.
Yes.
So that's why I wanted to come by and talk to everyone about what's a healthy diet.
Okay, very good, because we hear about this all the time, and what I mean by that, we've always heard about healthy diets, but we're going to look at this chart here in just a moment. But one of the things you hear about all these different kind of diets out there: paleo diet, caveman diet, gluten-free diet, all this kind of stuff, and it always comes back to being balanced, being sensible, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at this for a moment. And we're seeing something, I believe you have the nutrients and vitamins and minerals, and you have a chart here. Mm-hmm. So let's go through this chart. And you've got highlighted here basically what would be for a male, right?
Yeah.
Typical male.
So I hear a lot, everyone asks me, what's a healthy diet? And no one seems to know. And they seem to know these buzz phrases like, you need to cut out carbs, you need to cut out fats, you need to be well balanced. And really all we know from all the science that we've done is really you just need to keep your calorie requirements and then get your body the nutrients and the vitamins and minerals that it needs.
Right. Exactly.
So on the right here I have basically just a list of the vitamins and minerals and the nutrients that we need. Now the exact kind of daily requirements varies per person, so I didn't list kind of how much everyone needs, but just to give them an idea.
Yes, exactly.
And then on the right side is the calories. Yeah. So I guess the yellow spacing is a little bit off.
Yeah, we bring this in from PowerPoint in a keynote, and sometimes things shift a little bit. But why don't you point out the ones you wanted to just, and we'll highlight.
But in general, females need a bit less than males.
51 plus.
And 51 plus.
Okay.
For sedentary females is about 1,600 calories you need a day, while 51 plus for males is about 2,000 calories. Yeah. And probably if you go 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, you probably need a little bit less than that.
Right, and what I like about this chart is the activity level. Obviously someone who is really active can get away with more calories than someone who, like you said, on the chart, more sedentary, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to point out is you think it's a lot, but from kind of sedentary to moderate activity, we're going for males from about 2,000 to 2,200, 2,400. So not that much more.
No, not at all. All right, let's look at the next chart here. The next, and this is, now is this, I'm looking at the different calories here. Is this for, what category would that be? Someone who's very active, just kind of normal?
Well, so the idea here is we're kind of getting the idea of which food groups and how much of things people should eat.
Okay.
So if I were if I need 2,000 calories, let's say, and I want to eat all fat every day and just all calories, I can do that and I shouldn't have any problems because that's all I need.
Right.
So now a stick of butter is about 800 calories.
Yes.
So, I probably need 2.5 sticks of butter a day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But if I eat that, I'll always be hungry, I'll be cranky,
Right,
and I might
exactly.
get all sweaty and I even pass out, and that's definitely not healthy.
You're right, right.
Yeah. So now on the flip side then is a bowl of vegetables. So a bowl of salad, depending on what you have in it, is about 30 to 75 calories without
Yeah.
the dressing.
Yeah.
So to get 2,000 calories, I might need to eat 20, 30
Yeah.
bowls.
Exactly.
Right? I need to be eating
Yes.
here while I'm talking to you. And that's not a lifestyle that anyone can live.
Right.
And then, so the other thing also you notice is that vegetables have a lot more vitamins and minerals, while meats and fats have some that we need, like proteins, iron,
Right.
and zinc.
Okay,
So if
I looked at this. He sent this. This was sent to us a couple days ago, and I first looked at this, and without you explaining, I thought, okay, I get to eat 1 stick of butter every day, which doesn't sound too bad. But no, of course, you're making a good point here. It's what those calories are made up from. Yeah.
So if I kind of go completely just from basically numbers and minerals type, I would probably then eat a lot more vegetables because they have a lot more vitamins and minerals, and it lowers my calories. But I still need some meats and some fats.
Okay. All right. Very good. And again, what do you find that people of certain age groups that they are doing basically wrong? What are they overeating on? And would you say it's a lot of times it seems to be carbs, right?
So carbs is kind of an easy way to get calories, and
Yeah.
and it kind of fills us up, but we can get a lot of calories from that. So most people, if they do cut back a little bit of the carbs, then they will lower their calories quite a bit.
Especially if you're not very active, right? Because that's the whole point to carbs. They give you fuel if you're going to go out there, and you often hear of athletes sometimes they'll have a big bowl of pasta or something because of the carbs that come with it. But for somebody who's not doing much, those carbs, the starch turns to sugar, the sugar turns into fat, and so on, right?
Exactly. But then I also get a lot of Asian patients who, we love rice.
Yes.
So they say, well, I can't live without rice. So my message to them is always, well, ultimately it's not about just the carbs itself. If you want to eat some rice, go ahead, but you're just going to factor those calories in and cut it out somewhere else.
Okay.
So so you have the choice there. You just have to understand it's not simply I need to cut out the fats, I need to cut out the carbs, but it's kind of watch your calories and just get all the vitamins and minerals you need.
Okay. And let's go to the next slide. And what should we be eating? And this is just kind of what we've been going over here. Certain diets, obviously people who have diabetes are going to have different kind of restrictions than someone who doesn't, of course.
Exactly. So I guess the key point from what I'm saying is, so there really isn't any inherently healthy or unhealthy foods.
Right.
So think of everything in terms of calories and minerals and things like that. But if you do have certain diseases where it changes your ability for your body to control these things like your sugars because of diabetes, then it's better to cut back on carbohydrates because your body has trouble controlling those. And other things, if you are prone to kidney stones, if you have gout, these people, they have special diets, and you should speak to your doctor about them.
Right, and that's something I've heard over and over again about. There's no really unhealthy foods. They're just other foods you should eat more of, and some you should eat less of. And even the real healthy ones, certain people go on certain diets, and they're not getting maybe the protein side or not getting the other benefits from other things because all they're eating are salads or something like that, thinking that this is the right thing.
Exactly. So that's where the idea of kind of moderation comes in. So we know that there's no unhealthy or healthy foods, but we know that if you get too little or too much, that's when it becomes unhealthy. So we're talking about the American lifestyle. We know everyone gets kind of too much calories, and that's where we come with the problem of obesity, leading to heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. So that's really when I talk to people about this, that it's not just about cutting out one food and another. It's kind of, I guess, eating in moderation, but kind of watching those key things, which is the calories and the number of vitamins and minerals and everything like that you need.
Years ago, when people were far more active, I think if there was a report that I read a while ago, when you compare that, way ago, we're talking about the 1930s and 1940s, things began to shift. People were working in a rural environment, so they were up early, they were working hard on farms. People still do that, of course. But then as we became more urbanized, what was happening is that you saw obesity levels go up because the correlation there is, of course, you don't need quite the amount of fuel as you did before, even the good fuel.
Yeah. Actually, I like to use the example of athletes.
Yeah.
They're always training, and so they eat quite a bit and they stay very, very muscular. But kind of the minute they get an injury, it takes a while for your body to kind of readjust and say, oh, I don't need that much. And you'll see them on the news, if they're famous athletes, all of a sudden you see them balloon up.
Right.
And then finally, when they recover, then they're training for, it seems like months before they can get all that weight off and get that muscle back.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same idea.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I really appreciate you coming on and the information. And I want to give you the number for the Hoag Medical Group in Irvine. It's 949-791-3101. And you work out of that facility, correct?
I'm over in Hoag, Irvine, kind of right by the hospital.
Okay, very good. And you can see the great information that the doctor has here. The most important one I think that you gave is everyone is different. Talk to your doctor about this, and if need be, they're going to have you talk to a registered dietitian, nutritionist, whatever it needs. But every diet, especially if you have special needs, can be slightly different. But overall, balance is the key, right?
And I encourage everyone, if you ever have any questions or anything like that, come see me or see someone who knows. Because I don't want anyone to kind of take the wrong course and then it ends up being a tough road.
Exactly. Thank you very much for coming on. It's quite informative and good to see you. Have a good holiday if we don't see you beforehand. I think we might get you back here. We'll see. Talk about all those Christmas foods, right? All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
What's happened to healthcare? It wasn't so long ago that your doctor understood your health history because they were part of it. From labor pains to life's health challenges, you could rely on that relationship with your family physician. Then something happened. Healthcare changed. Seeing a doctor can feel like running into a stranger. A 60-minute wait for a 6-minute visit. Hoag Medical Group is here to change all of that. Our doctors do more than react to illness. They become your personal physician for life. Always listening, never rushing, helping to chart a healthy path together, walking with you at every turn. This is the way healthcare was meant to be, with enhanced features such as same-day appointments, care coordination, and direct access to Hoag's world-class professionals and services. Hoag Medical Group. We listen, we care, we're committed to you for life.